Welcome back, friends. So, in our previous class, we saw the steps through which some genius minds, okay, brings us to quantum mechanics arena from classical mechanics arena. Okay. So, there are some basics experiments in like number one, photoelectric effect, photoelectric effect. Number two, Compton effect. Number three, then comes particle aspect of wave, like Bohr's theory. These are the steps from which we can understand that the most important things that implies that why we need the quantum theory or quantum mechanics rather than classical physics. The main point is what? That waves exhibits particle like behavior at microscopic level. This is our main point, na? From the previous class, where we understood how we came through some steps from classical theory to quantum theory. Okay. So first we will discuss some of these topics, then we go to in detail quantum mechanics. Okay. So our first topic is particle aspect of radiation. Okay. So here number one point is, according to classical physics, a particle is characterized by an energy E and a momentum. Actually, if about a particle we know the energy of the particle and momentum of the particle, we can draw the equation of motion or which energy state it is. We can know almost everything about the particle. Whereas a wave is characterized by an amplitude and a wave vector k. Okay, a amplitude which generally we denote with a, and a wave vector k. What is k? K equals to 2 pi by lambda wavelength k. That specifies the direction of propagation of the wave. K actually what? K specifies the direction of propagation of the wave. Particle and wave exhibit entirely different behavior, na? So we know all these points. In this section we are going to see how this rigid concept of classical physics, that what classical physics actually say, particle and waves exhibit entirely different behavior. This says by classical physics. But on the previous class we saw that waves exhibit particle-like behavior at microscopic level, where our classical theory fails, and here comes our quantum theory or quantum mechanics. Okay. So our main motto is what? Where classical physics lead to its failure in explaining a number of microscopic phenomena such as black body radiation, the photoelectric effect, and Compton effect. Okay. So we will discuss these effects first. So here our black body radiation. Now what is a black body radiation? Suppose this is a matter. I don't know, this is a solid body. Now if radiation falls on it, radiation interacts with this matter. Okay. So this body is getting heated, a solid object, and when it's getting heated it glows and emit thermal radiation also. So it first get heated by a radiation or interacts with radiation, then get heated, and it is also emit radiation. Okay, thermal radiation. As temperature increase, as T for our here temperature. As temperature increases, the object become red, then yellow, then white. This is the most interesting thing. Now, why this happens? The thermal radiation emitted by glowing solid object consists of a continuous distribution of frequency ranging from infrared to ultraviolet. Okay? Whereas the radiation emitted by gases has a discrete distribution spectrum. But why? We will find this answer. Okay. So, all the attempts to explain this phenomena, okay, by theories or classical physics, classical electromagnetism, electromagnetic theory, okay, fails. Fails to what to do? That why there is a continuous distribution of frequencies ranging from infrared to ultraviolet in case of black body radiation. So we didn't come till now what is a black body radiation, but we first knew that if a radiation falls on a body, so it get heated, and this it also emit a thermal radiation. Okay. So when radiation falls on an object, some of it might be absorbed and some must reflect. It is so obvious. Maybe some absorbed and some reflected. An idealized black body is a material object that absorbs all the radiation falling on it. Okay, that will be a idealized black body, and hence appears as a black under reflection when illuminated from outside. If it absorbs totally of the all the frequencies, then it is obvious that in under reflection we will see it black. When an object is heated, it radiates electromagnetic energy as a result of thermal agitation of the electrons in the surface. Because if the electrons it get heated, okay, then it becomes vibrate, and for those vibration it's come and through from higher energy state to lower energy state. That's why it's emit radiation. Okay. Now now what will be the intensity of this radiation? The intensity of this radiation depends on its frequency. Intensity of this radiation will depend on its frequency. Now I don't know it varies or inversely varies, we will see later. So frequency and temperature. Okay. So now let's see here a practical black body. So what will be a practically a black body look like? Okay, so we can construct it by say this is a hollow cavity. Okay, this is a hollow cavity where internal wall here, this is the internal wall of the cavity. Internal wall of the cavity perfectly reflect EM wave radiation. The EMF radiation comes through what? From this hole. So we can construct a perfectly black body by taking a hollow cavity. Okay, this is our cavity, whereas internal walls perfectly reflect EM radiation, and which has a very small hole, this very small hole on its surface. Now radiation that enters through it, okay, will be trapped in this cavity and gets completely reflected like this like this, like this, okay, gets completely trapped and reflected and absorbed by the interior surface after successive reflections, okay. So it looks like that it absorbs totally the EM wave or radiation on inner surface of the cavity, okay. The hole thus absorbs the radiation like a black body, okay. I think you all understood. On the other hand, when this cavity is heated, if radiation reflected and radiation comes through this and didn't get out, so obviously it will be heated, temperature will increase, okay, and temperature of the cavity radiation that leaves the hole, okay, if it get heated, then after that it will also emit radiation. So as the temperature T increases, the hole will eventually brings to glow. To understand the radiation inside the cavity, we actually how which type of radiation this will emit radiation. Now if we want to understand which type of radiation is emit, we must study its spectral lines, spectral distribution of the radiation coming out of the hole, isn't it? So an object in thermal equilibrium with its surrounding radiates as much energy it absorbs. It thus follows that a black body is a perfect absorber as well as perfect emitter of radiation. If what is the condition? If thermal equilibrium with surroundings, okay, then what amount of it absorbs, same amount of it emits or radiates, okay. This is a perfect and a practical black body how we can make through this procedure, okay. And if we want to study the emitted radiation about, we want to then study the spectral spectral distribution, we will see later, okay. Now here is a point. The term black body radiation will then refers to the radiation leaving the hole of a heated hollow cavity. The radiation emitted by a black body when heated is called black body radiation. This may be a definition of black body radiation, okay. So next we will study the spectral distribution coming out from the black body. Now let's see here in y axis, let's take this, here is the U. So what is U? U is energy density, okay. U is our energy density of a black body radiation at different temperatures as a function of frequency. Here is our frequency nu. We knew previously that here intensity will be function of frequency and temperature. So this is it. Here our frequency, here our temperature. Now what this line says about? At equilibrium, the radiation emitted has a continuous distribution. This is a continuous graph, na? This is not a discrete graph. To each frequency there correspond to a energy density which depend neither on chemical composition or the object's shape of the black body, if it is a spherical cavity or it is a squirrel cavity, it doesn't say about that. It's only the spectral lines. These lines depends on only temperature of the cavity and varies frequency with the spectral energy density with, okay. So the energy density shows a maximum at a given frequency. So for this temperature, suppose this is our, at this frequency energy density is maximum, and for this temperature, for this frequency energy density is maximum. So it is clear that the energy density shows a maximum at a given frequency which increases with temperature, isn't it? The points increases with frequency as well as temperature. When temperature increases, the energy density also increases. The peak of the radiation spectrum occurs at a frequency that is proportional to the temperature. This is the underlying reason behind the change in color of heated object as its temperature increases, notably from red to yellow to white. Now here is this point where the discrete distribution here, continuous distribution, and changes from red to yellow to white. Why it changes its color? Because with increase in temperature, the energy density will increase. See, and the frequency also changes, na? The frequency also increases. If the frequency increases, that means the color will change. Okay, this is why the color of heated object, again its temperature increases, notably from red to yellow to white. Clear? So a number of attempts taken to describe the continuous behavior, like in 1889 Wien, in 1990 Rayleigh. Okay, and in 1879 Stephen, we all know his name, found experimentally that total intensity, that means total power per unit surface, radiated by a glowing object of temperature T is given by, suppose P, A sigma T to the power 4. This is called Boltzmann theorem or law. Theorem, no, this law. Here A is what? A is coefficient which is less than equals to 1 for perfect black body. A must be 1. Okay, and what is our sigma? Sigma is 5.67, it is a value, into 10 to the power minus 8 what, meter to the power minus 2 K to the power minus 4, temperature, and T for temperature. Okay, so this is for today. In our next class we will see the Wien's and Rayleigh distribution, and slowly we will go enter into the detailed quantum mechanics. Okay, thank you.